9:45 a.m. We're located at 5 Winfield Plaza, next to County Market in Winfield. Until next time, we hope you're blessed.
This is Shannon Bream. Join me for Fox News Sunday as we sit down with a diverse and dynamic group of guests featuring interviews with political, business, and public affairs newsmakers from the U.S. and abroad. All part of the Sunday political block from Fox News Radio. Fox News Sunday, every Sunday, right here.
Lincoln, St. Charles, Warren, and Pike Counties. East Central Missouri's News Radio, KYRO. Depend on it.
Every hour of every day, Fox News Radio is there with the latest breaking news and information you rely on.
This is a Fox News Alert.
I'm Lisa Brady.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
With Fox News correspondents around the globe.
At the White House, Trey Yingst in Kyiv.
On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The news that matters most to you. The top headlines, all in one place. America is listening to Fox News Radio.
On East Central Missouri's News Radio, KYRO. Depend on it.
One. Brady to the 15, to the 10, to the house. More. Right corner of the end zone. Caught by Theo Weiss. Touchdown, Missouri.
Game.
A scoop and score for Missouri. How do you like that?
The Tigers, the Hawkeyes. It's the Music City Bowl. Join us Monday, December 30th. Our coverage begins at 11:30 on your home for Mizzou football. The Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
East Central Missouri's News Radio, KYRO. Depend on it. Live from the Gateway Fiber Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 10 o'clock in the Heartland.
News. I'm Paul Stevens. A U.S. fighter jet is shot down over the Red Sea.
An F-18 was shot down early Sunday in an apparent case of friendly fire. One Navy pilot and a weapons system officer on board the aircraft ejected safely, one of them sustaining minor injuries. The guided missile cruiser USS Gettysburg mistakenly fired and hit the F-18. A full investigation is underway.
Fox's Chris DeMaio. 5 people hurt after a suspected drunk driver crashed his truck through the front of a store at a Killeen, Texas mall on Saturday night.
Once he got to one of the main entrances of the JCPenney stores, the suspect drove through the glass doors. At this time, DPS troopers behind him along with Killeen Police Department. The suspect drove through the doors and continued to travel through the JCPenney store, striking multiple people.
Public Safety Sergeant Brian Washko. America's listening to Fox News.
Martha was ready to switch to a career in IT.
There's always a need for IT specialists, especially with AI coming out and cybersecurity. It's practically recession-proof.
My Computer Career even provides job placement help.
The career specialists, they're very helpful. They care about you as a person. You're not just a number to them. I would recommend My Computer Career wholeheartedly to anyone.
Take the free career evaluation today. Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. Not available in Washington State.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
I'm Lauren Simonetti, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The major averages ending higher for the day, but we're down for the week after fresh data calmed anxieties about inflation. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, which is the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, rose 2.4% in November on an annual basis, which was below estimates, while annual core PCE, which excludes food and energy, came in at 2.8%, matching October's reading. The milder inflation figures come a couple of days after the Fed rocked financial markets by saying that they will slash their key interest rate just 2 times next year, down from their previous forecast of 4. The Dow up 498 points, the Nasdaq higher by 200, S&P 500 up 64. Carnival stock rose over 6% after the cruise operator's fourth quarter earnings exceeded forecasts, and the company gave optimistic guidance about demand. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Hillary Barsky, invested in you.
It is time to take the quiz.
5 days a week, it's 5 questions in less than 5 minutes. We ask people on the streets of New York City to play along. Let's see how you do.
In the Christmas classic, It's a Wonderful Life, which lead character says the line, "Say brainless, don't you know where coconuts come from?"
Never saw it.
George Bailey.
How'd you do? Exactly. These get tougher, so hang on.
Take the quiz every weekday at thequiz.fox. Thank you for taking the quiz.
King Scott here, and I'm with John Lang, owner of Mountaintop Motor Company. John, tell us about the latest sales you guys have going on.
King, we don't have one.
What? You're an auto dealership. You have to have some kind of sale going on.
Nope. No quote, unquote sale going on at our place. And you know why?
Why?
Because usually those sales promotion at other dealerships, they're BS, man. Most of the time they're robbing Peter to pay Paul somewhere, and we don't play those games at Mountaintop. We're not about sales, we're about true savings.
I like that. No sales, just savings. You're saying come in, check out the inventory, and you guys will prove that your pricing is always super competitive.
Correct. We've got so much great inventory in the lot right now. Many vehicles starting at $15,000 or lower. And with our great prices, we're confident we can get you set up the right way.
You heard it. Great pricing, great inventory, great people to work with. And there's a reason Mountaintop Motor Company has over 1,000 5-star reviews. Please don't settle for just any dealership. Aim higher and go visit the good guys in Troy. MountaintopMotors.com, Facebook, and Instagram.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
In the college football playoff Saturday night at Ohio State, the Buckeyes won easily against Tennessee, 42-17. Ohio State on its first 3 drives scored 3 touchdowns and had a yardage advantage of about 200-0 at the time. Texas beat Clemson 38-24. Longhorns go to the Peach Bowl on New Year's against Arizona State. Penn State beat SMU 38-10. Penn State will next face Boise State on New Year's Eve in the Fiesta Bowl. By the way, number 1 ranked Oregon is off until its Rose Bowl quarterfinal against Ohio State, a rematch from October. Number 2 Georgia is off until its Sugar Bowl quarterfinal New Year's night against Notre Dame. In the NFL, the Chiefs beat Houston Saturday 27-19. Defensive lineman Chris Jones of the Chiefs left with a strained calf. Texans wide receiver Tank Dell is hospitalized with a serious knee injury. Baltimore beat Pittsburgh 34-17. The Ravens clinch a playoff spot.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Clear sky in Troy. Getting down to 26 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the mid-40s, moderate rain likely. Temperatures in the lower 40s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 33. In Wentzville it's 34 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground, Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Good Sunday morning. Good Sunday morning. We are live in the Gateway Fiber Studios here on News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM KYRO. This is Uncensored Wrestling Talk. Real quick, you can watch us and interact and join the conversations with your questions and your comments on Facebook. Many different ways here. Let's talk about them real quick. Of course, KYRO's Facebook feed. You can find that at 1280 AM, 105.3 FM, KYRO. Just transpose those numbers and you'll find it. Of course, also Traveling East Productions, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, Uncensored Wrestling Talks Facebook page. On X, you can find it at
UW Talk KYRO.
And the video broadcasts of the shows here at KYRO are brought to you in partnership with Traveling East Productions and made possible by Safe Harbor Insurance, Blue Line Lawn Care and Landscaping, Original Crow Feather Crystal Healing Jewelry, and Pickle on the Run. Go check them out also on Facebook, Instagram, and X. With that being said, let's jump into this. Of course, first, got to introduce everyone. Directly across from me, he is our resident referee. And what a referee he is. I think the number 1 referee in the Midwest, at least in my estimation. He is H.D. Daniels. Good morning, my friend.
Hello.
superfan, the nematode Nelly.
Nelly!
He is Tim Williams. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, everyone.
And joining us on the second time here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk, the third time in the Gateway Fiber Studios, though, he is the one and the only monstrous Mike Maverick. Good morning, Triple M.
Every morning is a good morning when you defeat the Deliverer Moses.
We're going to get into all that here in just a little bit. If you will, sir, pull that mic towards you just a bit. There we go. All right, so last night, yes, it was NWA World League Wrestling's Christmas Bash Spectacular 2024, the last live event of 2024. Right now, tickets are on sale for the first live event in 2025. January the 11th is the date. It'll be Wrestlelution. Get your tickets right now, HarleyRace.com. Don't wait, just get them. Go on there. You can use those as Christmas gifts. You know, we're only a couple of days away, right? So you don't want to wait until the last minute. You don't want to wait until the day of. Because if you do, you could be left out in the cold.
And it was cold last night.
And it was very cold last night. Holy moly. It's cold this morning.
Right.
I hope it's warmer wherever you are listening and watching. However, some wild matches last night. And before we get to Triple M, the first match of the night, it was Monstrous Mike Maverick taking on the Deliverer Moses. And I know, HD, you have reffed many of the Deliverer's matches in the past. Something, I can't put my finger on it, but something is off. Something isn't just, I don't believe it's the intensity. I don't believe that it's, he's not trying. I don't believe that he's not trying to deliver as he always does. I don't know what it is, but he's on a bit of a losing streak right now and can't seem to keep his feet on the ground, basically.
I'm going to ask Big Mike Maverick what he has to say about that.
Moses had the nerve to call me a bounce-back opponent. Look at me. You all see me. I'm 6'8". I'm 275 pounds. I am the biggest wrestler in World League Wrestling history, and he called me a bounce-back opponent? Nah. We went in there, and I made him wrestle my match.
Well, and I understand that, and I get the frustration that could come up, especially with a person of your size and stature. But HD, something has been just not clicking with the Deliverer over the last couple of months. It's not just one time; it's over the last couple of months.
Yeah, it's been a few setbacks, I would say. Losing your title, I don't know. Maybe there's something going on in his head. Maybe he's defeated. Obviously, he was defeated last night.
I will say this, though. 20-minute time limit for that match set. It was one heck of a match. 13 minutes and 16 seconds of both of you, Monstrous Mike. Both of you going toe-to-toe, back and forth. There was several times where we thought, the whole crowd thought, that the Deliverer had the match won. Several times they thought that you had the match won, only to have the other one kicking out at the very last second. I don't know, I can't remember a match where I saw that many close near falls. We're talking within nanoseconds, really. And 6'8", 275 pounds of pure wrestling attitude. And it's a huge win for you. What's next for yourself as we move forward going in to 2025?
2 words. Camaro Jackson.
Ho. Bypass everybody else. Just go straight to the top no matter what.
Though when you're the hottest wrestler in WLW right now, the biggest, the hottest, he deserves to let it shine where he could shine.
Okay. Hey, I can't argue with that. HD, what do you think about that? What we just heard from Monstrous Mike Maverick. 2 words, Camaro Jackson. That's who he wants next.
I think it's pretty bold to call him out, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Wow, you heard it here first. He is calling out Camaro Jackson. Hopefully soon we'll be able to get Camaro Jackson here in studio and find out what he thinks about what you just said. And I guess I'm thinking in your mind, no better time to start than the very beginning at Russolution.
Listen, I think we all can agree that Moses was the golden goose of this company. He was the best Triple Crown champion. What did I do to him? I hit him with the M4, and he laid there lifeless as I posed in front of him, on top of him. So I'm going to do the same thing to Camaro Jackson if he has the guts to accept a challenge from Monstrous Mike Maverick.
Oh goodness! And we've got a few comments in the Facebook already. Herb Simmons saying good morning, and good morning to you, dear sir. Also, Alderman David Norman from Troy, Missouri, saying good morning to everyone, and good morning you, Mr. Alderman, and good morning to everybody out there watching on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, the whole 9 yards. If you want to interact with us, just put a message in there. Question, comment, however you want to do it. Keep it clean so that way we can keep it clean. But that's wow. I'm a little taken aback by this one, Monstrous Mike, because I don't think we have seen. Well, let's be honest, a newcomer, because you're still getting your feet under you, beginning of your career here at World League Wrestling. But I don't know if we've seen someone as bold. Granted, he's on a winning streak, but as bold as to call out the NWA World League Wrestling heavyweight champion this early in their career.
Yeah. I am just eager to hear what Camaro's response is and the committee, at WLW. Let's see if we can make this match happen.
It would be interesting.
I'll be there.
That would be one heck of a match for you to referee. That would be, wow. Whew. Next we've got to talk about a person that Monsters Mike, you've had some run-ins with, and you've also tagged with. Of course, I'm speaking about the Sergeant at Arms, Blade Lennox. He took on last night a member of Dysfunction, a part of the tag team champions at NWA World League Wrestling, Brandon Espinoza, and Blade Lennox. He pulled out that victory, but boy, I tell you what, he paid a price. He paid a huge price for that victory.
Yeah, he got the victory, but I think that should set them up for a tag team championship. Again, hey, guess what? Brandon was by himself last night. Nobody came out to help him. And what happened? He lost.
Well, I can't argue with you on that one. But after that match was over with, I've said it before many a times on this program. Well, and you know this as well, Monsters Mike, just by observing and watching. The numbers game, number one, you've got to take that into effect. But just because the match is over with, win, lose, or draw, you've still got to be very, very focused and keeping an eye on the situation. Because if you don't, what happened to Blade Lennox happens every single time.
Yeah, I mean, he hit him from behind. He took the cheap shot after, and yeah, Blade lost focus. He took the win. He was kind of celebrating with all the fans, and Brandon did hit him from behind, but still, he got the win.
I will say this. Last night after the festivities were over, I went into the back and I did some interviews, and one of those was with Blade Lennox. So keep an eye out on World League Wrestling's Facebook page and also Showdown for when those episodes air, because he's got, I tell you what, he had some very poignant words for not just Brandon Espinoza, but Dysfunction as a whole. Be careful, Dysfunction, because now I think maybe they got the IR up in the wrong person, because he's coming. He said that in no certain words, he doesn't care about anything except for Dysfunction now. Look out.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, then, again, like I've told, it's a numbers game. You have to have 3-on-3 or 4-on-4. You always have to have the backups and the people willing to step up and help if they have to. Yes, I was looking at you, Monstrous Mike.
Well, there was no numbers game last night, and he still picked up the victory.
Right.
Yeah, he did. Blade Lennox getting that much-needed win. Now, does that qualify right now for Blade Lennox and Austin Militalo to get another tag team championship match? That's the real question that we've got to talk about right now, HD. What do you think?
I would think it definitely puts him and Austin back in the running for a tag team championship match. Maybe Austin needs to earn his way into the... Blade picked up the win. Maybe Austin needs to pick up a win. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, the reason I asked that is because we also had tag team action last night at Christmas Bash Spectacular 2024. And the Natural, Atlas Armstrong, who has been to the Race Wrestling Arena on a couple of different occasions, coming in with a brand new partner and a newcomer to World League Wrestling, Talon Graves. They took on Steven and Devin, the O'Neill brothers. And Monstrous Mike, I've got to ask you first, because of your size and your stature, these gentlemen are almost the same size as height-wise.
Same hair.
Same hair, yes. Number one, are you guys related? That's the first question. And number two, what is your thoughts when you first saw the O'Neill brothers?
So the first time I saw the O'Neill brothers, I was in that Rumble match in August 10th, and I mean, what do you expect? They're brothers. They're both the size of me. They both weigh more than me. They have mass equals mass equals mass. Only thing is they have two semi-trucks. Listen, I'm one man. I couldn't do much against them when they're together. So whenever Atlas came in there and Talon, I wasn't at all surprised. The O'Neills, man, they hit that just nasty move after nasty move. Pretty much just gave him the whooping. There was nothing Atlas can do.
I tell you what, combined weight of those two young gentlemen, 625 pounds. Massive, both of them. And with them picking up that win last night against Armstrong and against Graves, I've got to think that before Blade Lennox, before Austin Militalo, because this is a couple of wins now in a row also for the O'Neill brothers, they've got to be right up there too. And I think this is just me, but I think they've got to be considered before Blade Lennox and Austin Militalo for one fact. At WLW 25, Blade Lennox, Austin Militalo had their opportunity. They had their chance, and they did not get it done.
But over the year, hasn't the O'Neill brothers gotten 2 or 3 chances at the titles and failed each time?
Maybe so. However, every time that they do go down in defeat to Dysfunction, number one, we're talking about numbers game.
Right.
Okay. But every time that sort of situation happens, it doesn't deter the O'Neal brothers. They still get back on the horse, and they still come out, and they still pick up wins to keep themselves high up on that chain to go after those tag team championships. Big Mike, Monstrous Mike Maverick, what do you think? What's your thoughts on this?
No, I can definitely see since the last time we saw the O'Neal brothers till to last night, they've picked up that intensity. I feel like they're holding that chip on their shoulder. I think they know they should be the next in line for the tag titles, but yet they're getting they may be getting overlooked right now for Blade and Austin. But like what we said, those number games, the O'Neals, they have the numbers and size, but they don't have the numbers and people. And whenever you're comparing Jack Parker Jr. to anyone but me, of course.
Well, let's get this correct here, because we've got Brandon Espinoza, we've got Kyle Roberts, as you mentioned, Big Jack Parker Jr., but also the Iron Bear Tom Coffey. You put those two together in the ring, and it can be a combination of any of those guys defending the championship belt. Brandon Espinoza cornered me last night and said, this is the situation. We dictate who's going to go out and who's going to defend those tag team championships. It might be me and Kyle. It might be me and Jack Parker Jr. It might be Jack Parker Jr. and the Iron Bear. It could be Kyle Roberts and one of those other guys. It doesn't matter. But if it's the O'Neal brothers going up against different combinations, you've got to really weigh those. But also, again, it's the numbers game. But with the O'Neal brothers, they've had, like you said, Tim, they've had a couple of matches with Dysfunction throughout the year of 2024. And they've been learning. And they've gotten closer. And they've gotten closer. The third time might be the charm. The third time might be the charm for them to grab that tag team championship away from Dysfunction.
But my thing is, they don't have a win. Blade Lennox has a win over a member of Dysfunction.
But Blade Lennox and Austin Militalo do not have a win as a combined tag team. That's my only thing. That's my quibble about this. Hey, we are up against a break right now. We've got to take this. But once we get back, we'll jump right back into this, because this is an interesting conversation. I want to hear what H.D. Daniels thinks about this, what we just said. So we're going to take this quick break, and we will be right back.
Lawn care, landscaping, and snow removal, residential and commercial. Contact Elm Lawn and Land Services, LLC, 636-290-4272. Elm Lawn and Land Services, LLC.
Old Monroe Lumber Company has the really big tools you need to get the job done right. Not only in the retail store, but in the rental area too. Bobcats, excavators, dingoes, and lift equipment, including a 65-foot boom lift, scissor lifts, and more. Need something a little smaller? Old Monroe Lumber Company rents saws, log splitters, jackhammers, water pumps, and dump trailers. Just about anything you need delivered to your job site. Take a look online at omlumber.com.
Award-winning severe weather coverage when it counts. 24/7 from News Radio 105.3, 1280 AM. Powered by the Quiver River Electric Cooperative, a Touchtone Energy cooperative. Depend on it.
Welcome back, Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We are live in the Gateway Fiber Studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. Of course, you can also join us on the Facebook feed of the radio station, 1280 AM, 105.3 FM, KYRO on Facebook. Traveling East Production on YouTube, Rumble, Facebook as well. Uncensored Wrestling Talk also on Facebook, and HD on X. They can find it at
UW Talk KYRO.
And there we go. HD, we're just talking about this tag team situation. Superfan and I going back and forth. What's your thought? You're in the middle of everything. You're in the thickness of the weeds.
I am.
Basically.
It's hard for me to give opinions on that because I'm in the ring, you know. But I can tell you that the O'Neal brothers have an edge now. Maybe that edge is enough to capture those titles, like you guys are. I think you're hoping for. I think you're hoping for Dysfunction to lose those titles to someone.
They have a death grip, though.
Yeah. Could it be the O'Neal brothers? I definitely think it could be. They impressed last night. I think they impressed everyone.
But the debate is who should get the first shot. Should it be the O'Neal brothers, who picked up an important win last night, regardless, or should it be against Blade Lennox and Austin Mulitalo, who, let's be honest, they're awesome wrestlers. Don't get me wrong, I love the both of them. I do, 100%. But they have not picked up one win as a team yet. Their first match as a team was for the championship gold, the tag team championship.
You're saying,
gold.
period, as a team, Dysfunction or not, they haven't won anything as
That's
a
right.
tag team.
Yeah.
So maybe they need to earn their way in.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, there's logic to those thoughts.
Superfan?
But to be honest, Blade has a victory over Brandon. He's pinned
Singles competition.
Right, but Austin also has a win over Jack Parker.
This is true. But again, it's singles competition.
Let's not forget, though, Fort Leonard Wood, Trevor Murdoch, and Blade Lennox, they also beat Dysfunction.
True.
So Blade technically has a win over Dysfunction by himself. He pinned Espinoza. Austin has a win against Jack Parker, and Blade went back and beat Espinoza. So I would give it to Austin and Blade.
Really? Okay. Hey, you know, it's an interesting conversation to have. I mean, you can go either way, I guess. But we'll see. We're going to find out right around the corner. 2025, January the 11th. Maybe we'll have a tag team championship match. Who knows? The word is still yet to be said of what that card is going to look like. We'll find out. But the O'Neal brothers, they did pick up that win last night against both the natural Atlas Armstrong and newcomer Talon Graves. What did you guys think of not only the natural, because we have seen him a few times in World League Wrestling, but these new young man Talon Graves? Big Mike.
So I saw Talon previously at the WWE seminar that we had up in Troy, and him and Atlas wrestled each other, 3-minute match. Some impressive stuff. So seeing him transition they worked together against the O'Neal brothers, he did all he could have. But like I said, the O'Neal brothers, it's hard. It is hard. It is a tough task to face when you go up against them.
Yeah, very much so. Now we've got to get into a serious situation here. Of course, Jeff Wild, who we've had on this show before, an interesting young man, to say the least. He is wild. Very young in his career, like yourself, Monstrous Mike. Going up against superstar Steve Fender. And I said this last week and for the last couple of weeks or so, that I was worried for Jeff Wild. Not that Jeff Wild can't hold his own or anything along those lines, just for the simple fact that superstar Steve, going into that match with Camaro Jackson at WLW 25, he had also this, I guess you could call it, new intensive edge to him that really started, I think, around, Night of Champions. He lost that championship belt to Camaro Jackson, and with combining the fact of his attitude beforehand, losing the belt, and now in his own mind has a point to prove, I was worried for Jeff Wild, and come to find out, unfortunately, I was kind of correct. Because Superstar Steve, while he did pick up the win against Jeff Wild, he did not stop there. And HD, you had to also come out in that situation. You know, Superstar Steve coming back and attacking Jeff Wild, but not only attacking him, using a metal chair. We haven't heard yet, and he was taken to the hospital last night, as you know. Yourself and referee Caleb Barton, you guys had to help him out. But, man, what a situation with Superstar Steve now.
Yeah, it was another one of those, like, scary situations where, like, I got to try to stop this madness from happening, but I couldn't get in the ring.
Well, you almost got hit.
Well, yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost got hit with a chair. I fell off the ring. You know, it was
a crazy situation all the way around.
Yeah, we were just trying to do our best to protect Jeff. So.
And then, once you guys were just about to get into the ring to help him, I thought, you know what, let me run in the back real quick. I know where they're at for a crutch, just in case it was needed. Mm-hmm. And I gave it to referee Caleb Barton, and he went around, and you guys actually had him using that also while helping him to the back.
Yeah, it was a good idea.
But was it? Because here comes Skylar Sparks. After Superstar Steve had left the area, after he did all of what he wanted to do, not once but twice with that crazy chair on the ankle of Jeff Wild, when we don't know the medical status right now of Jeff Wild. But Skylar Sparks, she's got the championship belt, the ladies division title. You would think she would be happy with that. But I don't think anything can make her happy. Because when she comes out and she sees the state that Jeff Wild is in, no compassion in her eyes, no compassion in her movements, disdain, I would say. Why are you in my way? Type of thing. And she kicked the crutch away and pretty much knocked over Jeff Wild, and then attacked him as well.
Made me fall over too.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we going to do with her?
What do you think needs to be done?
Oh, I can't.
You are a referee. You're a part of authority.
I'm part of authority during matches, not discipline of staff. I'm not going to go there. Maybe I'll let Tim give his opinion.
All right. So, here's what I think. Before I go into this, maybe this little bit of a rant, Skylar is looking good. She's won. Her body's coming in shape, and she looks like a champion. But she does not act like a champion.
I just want to say this right here, right now, before you continue. It's Superfan. It's the Nematode Nelly, Tim Williams, that is saying that about Skylar Sparks.
Right.
Say it again.
She's not acting like a champion.
She's not acting like a champion. You said it.
You're right. I said it. And a champion should show respect. That's what she's not doing. She's not showing any respect to anybody. I understand the attitude to whatever it takes to become a champion. I understand that. But the attitude of not caring about a fellow wrestler and not caring about fans' opinions and just want to cause chaos, that's not a champion.
Interesting. Monstrous Mike Maverick. You've been seeing what's been going on with Skylar Sparks since the beginning of all this stuff. You've been in training, during training, I've seen it, in the ring with Skylar Sparks. quote unquote, as they also do in the boxing world, sparring. Your thoughts? Because I have seen Skylar Sparks is just as intense training as she is in a regular match.
Well, first, maybe let's get the crutches out of the building, because apparently whenever there's a crutch, Skylar Sparks comes walking out. And like you said, Sarge, intensity. She may be second-handed to me, the most intense person in that building. And she shows it. I mean, she has the title, and she's beaten Tootie Lynn. She's beaten Cameron Burnett. What's left for her? So what does she decide to do? She goes out. She'll kick the crutch out from Jeff. She doesn't care. And that's the problem. She does not care. But who's going to stop her?
Well, it's a good question. Who is going to stop her? Certainly not Jeff Wild.
I was going to say maybe Jeff will stop her if he gets healed.
Well, I mean, she's no stranger. She's no stranger to mixing it up with you fellas as well. You know, she was in the door to Destiny Rumble. She's been in Battle Royals. She's beating the crud out of you guys from time to time. I've seen it. Even during training, she doesn't stop. She's all go until she has what she wants in her hands, regardless of what that is, whether it be the title, whether it be that crutch, whether it be another foreign object that she wants to grab a hold of, another wrestler that's down and out. It doesn't matter, It doesn't matter, Monstrous Mike.
No, I mean, she came up to me and gave me a black eye. She doesn't care. And I wasn't stupid enough to go challenging her authority. I pulled the Sarge. I went the other way. I let her have her way with someone else.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. When she showed up, I was on the ring side. I went to the other side of the ring. I knew better. I was hoping that nothing was going to happen, but unfortunately, she kicked that crutch out from underneath him and then attacked him as well. I was flabbergasted by it.
By the way, what message did she have to say last night?
I don't know.
I don't know either, because you know what? Nobody wanted to hear it.
Yeah, the fans made it loud and clear that she was not going to be allowed to speak because she had a microphone with her. She didn't grab mine. She had her own. Thank goodness. But you're right. The fans at the Race Wrestling Arena were not having any of it. Whew. So we don't know what she was wanting to say. Maybe she was going to call out or what have you. I wouldn't be surprised, to be quite honest, Monstrous Mike, I wouldn't be surprised if she was about to jump the ladder, as you could say, in front of you even, and challenge Camaro Jackson.
I mean, if she did, I'm not saying anything. I don't want that.
Hey, we are up against our second break of the hour. We're going to go ahead and take it here in just a moment. But I do want to let everybody know, programming note for today's show, we are going until 11:30 this morning, because at 11:30 it will be pregame and the 12 o'clock tip-off between the Mizzou Tigers and the Fighting Illini college basketball. Mizzou going for their 11th win in a row. But right now, we're going to take that break, and we will be right back.
Weber Chevrolet. In the auto business, you don't just automatically stick around for 120 years. You gotta earn it. We've come a very long way from selling wagons and farm implements and the like on the riverfront, where the Arch now stands. Now, we have 4 great dealerships in the St. Louis and Southern Illinois areas, all in the 270 loop. It's a legacy built on trust, hard work, and commitment to our community. But what matters most is you, our valued customers. It's no surprise times have changed. Vehicles have changed, car buying has changed, but we're still here to do what we've done for the past 120 years, helping people find great cars and trucks to meet their family's needs and budgets. And that's something that nobody else can say. See for yourself why for 120 years, Weber has been the name that you can rely on. Visit us at any of our locations in Granite City, Columbia, Illinois, and Creve Coeur, You can also find us on Facebook on WeberAutomotive.com.
People are talking about Don Julio's Mexican Restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center, setting the standard for authentic Mexican food and great drinks. Carry out or dine in 7 days a week at both great locations. Stop in or order online for carryout at DonJuliosWinfield.com or DonJuliosTroy.com. Don Julio's Mexican Restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center. And don't forget, buy one, get one free on Wednesday in Troy and on Monday in Winfield. That's Don Julio's Mexican Restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center. Veteran owned and operated. Bringing great authentic Mexican food home to Lincoln County. Hasta pronto!
The Olean Livestock Market is now the Olean Regional Stockyards and under new ownership. The Olean Regional Stockyards will be holding sales every Monday at 12 noon. For consignment and trucking needs, call Hayden Hurst at 573-690-2705 or Dusty Roberts at 417-298-9755. The Olean Regional Stockyards, same location, 56 Highway FF in Eldon. Our new ownership allows us to make improvements to our facility while maintaining familiarity to our customers. We can't wait to serve you. The Olean Regional Stockyards, the best destination for cattle buyers and sellers.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Clear sky in Troy. Getting down to 26 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the mid-40s, moderate rain likely. Temperatures in the lower 40s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 33. In Wentzville it's 34 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground? Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Welcome back. Uncensored Wrestling Talk live here in the Gateway Fiber Studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. I am Sarge. He is our resident referee, H.D. Daniels. Of course, also joining us, the superfan. He's the Nematode Nelly. Tim Williams. And our special guest this morning, and thank you so much for joining us, the monstrous 6'8", 275 pounds, Mike Maverick. Whew. I'm going to give you fair warning right now, superfan. I'd be very careful. I would be treading on ice because you keep poking the bear. You keep poking the bear, and there's no telling
which bear
she's lost her mind. Okay, you know this. She doesn't care. HD, would you be surprised in any capacity whatsoever if she were to go over those rails after a fan?
After a fan?
After a fan.
Man, I would sure hope not. But
would you be surprised by it?
No, I guess I wouldn't be surprised.
You poke the bear too often.
Oh, you're talking about Tim the fan.
I'm talking about Superfan.
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'd pay to see that.
Because I'm
not supposed to hit a woman. That's all I got to say.
Well, no, you're not.
That ain't no woman. That's a beast.
Big monstrous.
So it's okay to slay a beast and not hit a woman?
Say that again?
So it's okay to slay a beast and not hit a woman. But if she's a beast, it's okay to slay the beast.
You can hit her. I don't think it's going to do much, but you can try.
I mean, he's received a black eye. Correct?
Yes, it was a friendly spar. I thought. No, she went in there and she whooped my ass for a little bit.
We're uncensored, right?
Be careful, please. Don't get us kicked off. You know, I just wouldn't get the ire up of one Skylar Sparks. I'm giving fair warning. That's all I'm doing. Giving you fair warning. Because referee H.G. Daniels has been in the ring with her, and I have feared for him And I'm sure he has been a little bit on the cautious side yourself. So, I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I would stop while you're ahead, my friend. I would stop while you're ahead. But we've got one more match to speak of. Last night, the main event for Christmas Bash Spectacular 2024 NWA World League Wrestling. Champion versus champion. Of course, the NWA World League Wrestling heavyweight champion, brand new champion, Camaro Jackson, taking on the brand new NWA World League Wrestling junior heavyweight champion, and Raheem De La Suede and H.D. Daniels. You were in the ring for that match, refereeing that match. Your thoughts, real quick, about the action between those two.
I mean, my first thought is it was fun. You know, I got the best seat in the house. It was a great match to end the year. It was flat out fun. I enjoyed myself in that match.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come out as you thought that it would come out?
I'd rather not speculate. You know, from my position, I'd rather not say something like that. But
okay,
yeah,
I can respect that.
Maybe Tim could.
I was disappointed in the outcome.
Whoa! Boy, I tell you what, I try to help him.
Hey, again, there's probably one fan out there chanting for Suede all night. That was me. He looked just too pretty when he came out. But let me do this one thing, though. Camaro is probably one of the most friendliest and upstanding person that I've met.
Yeah.
After the show, he was literally talking to everybody, and especially the kids.
Yeah.
He was telling the family that was in front of me about him seeing Santa, and you just see the light in the kid's eyes.
Sure.
Whenever he's talking to him.
100%.
Great guy. Kudos to that guy.
But HD, I gotta say this. I try to help him fill the hole back up, and once he jumps right back into the hole, and he uses the shovel and just digs it even further.
Yeah, you better, maybe you store a foreign object in that hat of yours. I'm not sure. You might need
there
it.
Isn't?
Now, Monstrous Mike Maverick, at the top of the show, when we first started talking about everything, you put the challenge out. You want Camaro Jackson in the ring. Your thoughts on that match last night?
The match went exactly as I predicted. What did the Camaro do? He big-bodied Suede all night. I mean, start of the match, he put him in a corner and he just chalked him out over the shoulder, and that was a repeating factor. Like I said before, Suede is a small dude. Camaro is 265 pounds of lean muscle. I mean, it came as no surprise to me, and I was just back there watching, observing, because I want Camaro, and I know he ain't gonna do that to me if he has the gall to step in the ring with me.
Wow. I'm just, I'm a bit taken aback by this.
Yeah, I made some posts on our X and our Facebook about this.
Okay.
I'm trying to get heel Camaro. That's his handle. He's not a heel. His handle on X is heel Camaro. Trying to get him interactive. Let's see what he has to say.
Okay. But we hopefully we'll hear something back from Camaro maybe before the end of the show. Then, I mean, I'm just wow. That's what a step to take forward, though. I mean, to challenge right now the NWA World League Wrestling Heavyweight Champion Camaro Jackson. Good luck to you. That's what I'm going to say right now. Good luck to you, Superfan.
The hottest guy. He deserves a chance.
I would say I would have to agree with you that he's the hottest wrestler in World League Wrestling right now as far as accumulating wins, for sure. Of course, and you'll be the first one to admit it, I guess, Monsters Mike. When you first stepped into the ring against Blade Lennox, he got the better of you only because that was your first match, you said. But since that match, you've been on a tear. You've definitely been on a tear.
I mean, he got me with a quick pen, and I know full dang well I kicked out before 3, but we're not going to talk about that. Ref called 3. I lost, but there has not been a single person who's been able to get me down and keep me down. It wasn't Moses, and like I said, if Camaro has the guts to accept my challenge, it won't be him either. Not even Trevor Murdoch could slow me down. You were there. We were all in that battle royal. We were all there. What did I do? I stomped him down.
Ooh. AC, I can't go against what he's saying on that.
No, he's speaking truth here. Let's just see how WLW and Camaro respond. I'll be there to see it if it happens.
Yeah, he makes 2 of us, my friend. Makes 2 of us. So, again, a wonderful night for Christmas Bash Spectacular. Of course, we also had that canned food drive where the canned foods are going to go to the Bread for Life Food Pantry in Troy, Missouri. Also, the proceeds from the raffle tickets that were sold last night for that smart TV that was won, and then donated back by the person who won it to go to one of those families that's being sponsored by Country State of Mind Designs. Wow. Just an awesome night to end an awesome year for World League Wrestling. Real quick, we've got about 5 minutes before the top of the hour. HD, your thoughts on 2024 for World League Wrestling?
You know, it's hard to express gratitude, the privilege it is to be part of.
From the staff members that help behind the scenes to the wrestlers themselves, new wrestlers that have come into the fold, such as Monstrous Mike Maverick, such as Blade Lennox, Jeff Wild, veterans, we can call them veterans now, the Deliverer Moses, Raheem De La Suede, the Grand Regent Camaro Jackson. I'll even say this. I might be the only one here at this table that says it, but even Superstar Steve and the way that he was defending that championship belt, I mean, from top to bottom, I think you're right. The best year World League Wrestling has had in its 25-year existence.
Yeah, we need to get more people to notice.
Yep.
Let's get more exposure for World League Wrestling.
And I think you're right. I don't think there has been a year where we've had not just that many sellouts, but double sellouts as well. So the next event, January the 11th, it's called Russell-Lution. And tickets are on sale right now online, HarleyRace.com. Get your tickets right now. Don't wait until the day of. Because if you do, I've said it 1,000 times before, I'll say it 1,000 times more. You will be left out in the cold if you wait too long. That's it. That's the bottom line. And then also another event that I cannot wait for. I know in February we are going back to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Monstrous Mike, I don't think you've had the opportunity yet to step into the squared circle at Fort Leonard Wood, but you've been to Fort Leonard Wood, seeing the events that we've had there. That crowd there, I've got to say, and maybe you might agree with me, the loudest World League Wrestling fans crowd that we have ever had at World League Wrestling.
I know. I mean, it's crazy. You have, at a bare minimum, 1,000 soldiers cheering and booing and having a great time. And Sarge, I got to say, you played well into that, man. You were up in all these sections, getting all the crowd hype. Like you were in your element when you're there. So it's gonna be interesting to see on February 22nd what Mike Maverick does in the squared circle at Fort Leonard Wood.
Well, if you're up for it, if you're so inclined, maybe I will, if you want, we'll go around to the different sections that the soldiers are sitting in before all the festivities begin, and I'll introduce you to all the soldiers there that are going through basic training in AIT school.
Let's do it.
All right. You heard it here first. When those tickets go on sale, get your tickets as soon as possible. You might very well have the chance to meet Monstrous Mike Maverick. With that being said, we have got about a minute left here before we go to the top of the hour. And when we come back, we've got to talk about the rest of the world of professional wrestling. And when we come back, I want to get your guys' thoughts on one particular thing to begin with. And it was just announced not too long ago, within the last 4 days or so. SmackDown, Friday Night SmackDown on the USA Network, is moving from 2 hours to 3 hours, as well as Raw. When they start up on the 6th of January on Netflix, they're going back to a 3-hour format. And I guess the real question on it, and again, we'll discuss everything when we come back, is it too much? Are they overplaying their hand? Is it just, as I said, too much stuff going on all at once? We'll see. We're going to find out the thoughts of all three of these gentlemen here in the room with me, as well as your thoughts and comments on all of our different feeds right here on News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO.
Live from the Gateway Fiber Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 11 o'clock in the Heartland.
Fox News, I'm Kevin Uretsky. A U.S. Navy fighter jet shot down over the Red Sea in an apparent friendly fire incident this weekend. The two pilots ejected and were rescued safely. Holiday shoppers dodging a car driven through a mall in Killeen, Texas.
Once he got to one of the main entrances of the JCPenney stores, the suspect drove through the glass doors. At this time, DPS troopers behind him, along with Killeen Police Department. The suspect drove through the doors and continued to travel through the JCPenney store, striking multiple people.
Sergeant Brian Washko of the Texas Department of Public Safety, 5 people were hurt. Police did shoot and kill the driver. And a German government office says it received a warning last year that someone might drive a car into a Christmas market and that the tip was passed on to responsible authorities. A suspect did just that Friday, killing 5 and injuring over 200. America is listening to Fox News.
Martha was ready to switch to a career in IT.
There's always a need for IT specialists, especially with AI coming out and cybersecurity. It's practically recession-proof.
My Computer Career even provides job placement help.
The career specialists, they're very helpful. They care about you as a person. You're not just a number to them. I would recommend My Computer Career wholeheartedly to anyone.
Take the free career evaluation today. Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. Not available in Washington State.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
I'm Lauren Simonetti, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The major averages ending higher for the day, but we're down for the week after fresh data calmed anxieties about inflation. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, which is the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, rose 2.4% in November on an annual basis, which was below estimates, while annual core PCE, which excludes food and energy, came in at 2.8%, matching October's reading. The milder inflation figures come a couple of days after the Fed rocked financial markets by saying that they will slash their key interest rate just 2 times next year, down from their previous forecast of 4. The Dow up 498 points, the Nasdaq higher by 200, S&P 500 up 64. Carnival stock rose over 6% after the cruise operator's fourth quarter earnings exceeded forecasts, and the company gave optimistic guidance about demand. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Hillary Barsky, invested in you.
It is time to take the quiz.
5 days a week, it's 5 questions in less than 5 minutes. We ask people on the streets of New York City to play along. Let's see how you do.
In the Christmas classic, It's a Wonderful Life, which lead character says the line, "Say brainless, don't you know where coconuts come from?" Never saw it.
George Bailey. How'd you do? Exactly. These get tougher, so hang on.
Take the quiz every weekday at thequiz.fox. Thank you for taking the quiz.
Trust the professionals at Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions. Buying or selling, they'll make your dreams come true. Here's commercial property and development expert Rick Meyer.
Lincoln County has seen tremendous growth, and especially in residential, but along with that brings commercial development opportunities. Meyer & Company Real Estate's really tried to focus, and a lot of my direct focus has been on how can we bring good growth to our area, bring the services that we need. I think there has been a lot of interest by commercial developers to come and bring projects to, and we're right in the middle of it. There is a lot of interest in multifamily apartments or villas. Bottom line, not everybody can afford to buy a new house or find a place of their own on acreage. We really do have a need for multifamily and rental properties, whether it's a retail type operation. We're trying to attract those type businesses to the area as well.
Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, North Lincoln Drive in Troy, 636-462-5555. Online at MeyerListings.com.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Isaac Lowenkron.
New York Jets defensive end Quinnen Williams is inactive today for their matchup against the Los Angeles Rams because of a hamstring injury. Cincinnati Bengals offensive tackle Orlando Brown is inactive for their game against the Cleveland Browns because of a leg injury. Meanwhile, Browns tight end David Njoku is active. He had been questionable due to a hamstring injury. Washington Commanders tight end Zach Ertz is active for their game against the Philadelphia Eagles. He'd been questionable with a shoulder injury. Arizona Cardinals starting center Yelda Froholt is active for their game at Carolina. He'd been questionable due to illness. However, Carolina starting center Cade Mays inactive due to illness as well. In round one of the college football playoff Saturday night, Ohio State beat Tennessee 42-17 to advance to the semifinal against Oregon.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Few clouds in Troy. Getting down to 26 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the mid-40s, moderate rain likely. Temperatures in the lower 40s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy, it's 37. In Warrenton, it's 35 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate, or farm ground? Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Just pipe that music on down. I do like the bumper music, but we are back. Uncensored Wrestling Talk live in the Gateway Fiber Studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. You can also watch us on the radio's Facebook page. Just transpose the numbers, turn them around. You'll find us on Facebook. Traveling East Productions, YouTube, Rumble, Facebook as well. Of course, Uncensored Wrestling Talk on Facebook. And on Twitter, we are at
UW Talk KYRO.
UW Talk KYRO. Get in there with your questions and your comments. Join us on everything that we're speaking of. And the video broadcasts of the shows here at KYRO are brought to you in partnership with Traveling East Productions and made possible by Safe Harbor Insurance, Blue Line Lawn Care and Landscaping, Original Crow Feather Crystal Healing Jewelry, and of course Pickle on the Run. Go check them out on Facebook, Instagram, and X as well. Now, when we last left, I brought up a curious question. SmackDown has been announced that it is going to go to 3 hours. So is Raw. Raw is going to go back to a 3-hour format as well, starting on Netflix. Monstrous Mike Maverick over here is shaking his head.
And before Monstrous answers
boy,
this,
you're stepping on some toes
I'm going to
here.
step on toes because a couple weeks ago we played What's in the Bag.
Yeah.
So we're going to play What's in the Bag again.
Uh-oh.
On this Christmas season.
And happy holidays to everybody out there, because Christmas is right around the corner. Hanukkah as well. All the awesome holidays are coming up.
Sarge, we're going to hijack the show for a second. It's the Christmas season.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're doing that thing that the fans do that we don't like. We're hijacking.
Well, while you guys are getting all set
yeah.
up, I just do want to let everybody know that we're going until 11:30 today because of college basketball. It'll be the Mizzou Tigers taking on the Fighting Illini. Tip-off will be at noon. Tigers going for their 11th win in a row. I'm a little worried here.
Tim and I, we were talking about the year of World League Wrestling for 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I personally had a great 2024 as well. I had no idea that being part of this show was even in my future. Tim and I were talking. We wanted to just express, our gratitude, the privilege it was for you to allow us to be on your show, because this is your show.
I don't know.
And just thank you so much. We both got you a little something.
Oh, wow.
So,
well,
Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We've got presents galore.
What's in the bag? What's in the bag?
What is in the bag? Well, let me say this real quick. This isn't just my show. It's our show. It's the Wrestling Fans show. And I want to thank both of you, referee H.D. Daniels, superfan Tim Williams, for coming on and helping with this show, because I didn't know what the future held for Uncensored Wrestling Talk. Started on the radio almost, at the beginning of 2024, after having it as a podcast strictly only. And, Uncensored Wrestling Talk has had its ups and its downs. And since both of you have come on, I want to say that it's been nothing but straight up. And, again, thank you so much for everything that you guys bring to the table as well. And with that being said, let's see what these two guys have done. It's in the bag. It's what's in the bag. And we have got a t-shirt in the bag. Oh, wow. Here we go. It is upside down. Oh, wow. A Royal Rumble 1998 Stone Cold Steve Austin winner. I will hold it up to the camera so everybody can see that. Be jealous. Wow. That's awesome. Thank you so very much. That's very cool. It's one of my things, is because I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but most of my wardrobe is nothing but wrestling stuff.
We kind of got the hint.
Thank you for that. I appreciate you. And then also, another one. What's in the bag? Wow, you guys did a really good job on this one. Wow. A little taken aback, gentlemen. We're getting in the Wayback Machine. I love this. This is very cool. This is a WWE Attitude shirt from back in the day. Of course, on there, The Undertaker, Stone Cold, HBK, Triple H, Mankind, and The Rock. I'll hold that one up as well. That is very, very cool. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Those are
you're welcome.
Awesome gifts.
Merry Christmas, Sarge.
Same to you guys. Again, this show would not be what it is right now without you guys on here. And I know and I believe in my heart that 2025, we're just going to keep going, and it's going to keep on getting bigger and better every single weekend. And, also, I want to say thank you to all of our guests that we've had come on this show, from Monstrous Mike Maverick to Trevor Murdoch to Aaron Stevens to Blade Lennox and Jeff Wild and Austin Mulitalo. You know what? I'm going to say it. Skylar Sparks, Aiden Riley,
Chicken Little,
Julian Porter, Wyatt Simpson. Wow. Yeah, I mean, yikes. I'm going to stop right there. But also, I want to say a huge thank you. A huge, huge thank you to all of the fans and the viewers that watch this and keep us going as well. I don't usually say this too much. I don't, and you guys know this about me. I don't brag about it, and this will be the first time that I've said it actually on the radio out of my own mouth. But Uncensored Wrestling Talk is the most watched and most listened to local show here on News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. And it's due to the fact of all of you watching us do this show. So thank you so much. And please continue to interact with us. Ask us your questions. Comment on the conversations. And with that, let's get critical. Let's get critical. Let's get critical. We've got about 15, 16 minutes left here in the show. SmackDown, Raw are going to go to a 3-hour format. Monsters Mike Maverick, you're shaking your head. What are your thoughts?
I think SmackDown's the worst show in professional wrestling.
Whoa!
Is that
Whoa.
Big Boom AJ?
Big Boom AJ's.
On Uncensored Wrestling Talk from Monsters Mike Maverick, referee HD Daniels. Yeah. Your thoughts on what he just said?
HD sort of agrees. SmackDown is not my favorite show. Maybe my least favorite show.
Really?
I mean, I don't even know where to begin with SmackDown. I mean, just in general, it's a 2-hour show. How often are we going to see Andrade and LA Knight together? I mean, let's move on. How often are we going to see Team WWE versus Team Bloodline? I mean, right
now it's Bloodline versus Bloodline.
It's Bloodline versus Bloodline, but we got LA Knight, Andrade, Apollo Crews for some reason.
That was weird. Friday night, you're right. It was the Bloodline of Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and that buzzsaw Jacob Fatu going up against LA Knight, Andrade, and Apollo Crews.
I mean, LA Knight,
how did Apollo Crews get into the mix of all this?
LA Knight should be busy with Shinsuke. I know. I think this is WWE's way of providing us with long-term storytelling, and I got to tell you, they're not doing it well. And yeah, I'm the quotes, long-term storytelling. You know, LA Knight versus Shinsuke, that's a rivalry, but let's extend that 6 months and have LA Knight get detoured for a month or two. Like, come on. Go ahead.
Well, I mean...
well, the thing about it is, now with the transfer portal open...
No, we don't talk about that.
No, seriously. But does this mean going 3 hours they actually can balance out the talent-wise so you can do better storytelling? Or is it just going to be commercial?
Right. Is the echo gone? Okay. You know, when they do the draft, they're like, well, SmackDown's 2 hours and Raw is 3, so the draft is going to be in balance.
Right.
Logically speaking, I guess if both shows are now 3 hours, you can have a balanced draft. But that doesn't change the writing whatsoever.
Okay, so let me ask you in this type of way then. So we just got done seeing last week Saturday night's main event. And from my point of view, I extremely enjoyed Saturday night's main event. One, because of the action that was going on. I thought every single match had meaning to it. The fast-pacedness of those matches, and very little else in between those matches. What if, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but what if either Raw or SmackDown or both went along those kind of lines as they did Saturday night's main event?
I don't know if they can, because you need Raw and SmackDown to set up Saturday night's main event. You
True.
have to have the promos, you have to have the stories. Otherwise, I don't know if it's relevant, but let's say like Ring of Honor from like early 2000s. It was hard for me to get into that because it was just matches for the sake of matches. There was nothing to invest in. If you want to just have a SmackDown of straight up matches, where are the stories? And I know we're criticizing the stories, but the stories have to get better.
Interesting. So, with that being said, about the WWE, let's jump over to AEW, because I'll be the first one to say it. AEW's storylines are not the greatest in the world. If you want to talk about just putting matches to put matches together, I think they're the worst at it, honestly. Granted, there are some stories going on that I'm intrigued by. This whole Death Riders situation, wow, that's crazy. The Don Callis family, that's an interesting situation, especially now with like Powerhouse Hobbs is back, but not a part of the family. Kyle Fletcher's rise to power. Wow, but then you get storylines with Darby Allin. Is to be reckless just to be reckless. And that's the way it just seems like. Granted, he's 32 years old, but he's still a very young man in the business. He keeps going like he's going, maybe 3 or 4 more years, maybe, if we're lucky. But then you've just got different things happening where it's just, like I said, a match to be made just because. It doesn't make much sense. It really doesn't.
I think we've talked about this before. The AEW audience is a different kind of audience. They're more like that Ring of Honor crowd that I was talking about. Mm-hmm. If you give them a match, they're going to get into it. They're there to see the wrestling. The AEW crowd almost cares about the story second. In my the typical AEW fan, if you were to talk about that person, he cares more about the match than the story. But I agree with you, Sarge. There's good stories in AEW. There are better stories on Dynamite than there are on SmackDown, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Collision, there was a point in time where Collision was the best wrestling show on TV, in my opinion. They had really good matches.
I agree. 100%, I agree with you. Especially when Collision first started out.
Yes, when the first 3 months of Collision were the best wrestling show. I think.
I would agree, 100%. Superfan, what do you think?
My fear is but does it take a tournament to get everybody going again? Because before the tournament, the Continental Classic, they were drowning in a little bit of mud. But now the Continental Classic's rolling, then you throw all these little side stuff into it. You know, Daniel Garcia's first the Hurt Syndicate. You got Swerve still kind of on the outside looking in. They're just kind of melding some more stuff together that makes it more interesting at this point. What is Hangman Adam Page going to do? Is he going to really side with Jay White? How's this going to turn out with Moxley? You know, there's building enough underground storylines that they're going to come out with a lot of momentum after World's End.
Hopefully. They definitely need it. And then after World's End, not too long right afterwards, about a week or so, you've got the Russell Dynasty show that's going to happen in New Japan that AEW will be taking a part of as well. So maybe this is the turnaround of the ship that they're needing. But also, real quick, before we get out of here, the Continental Classic tournament that you were speaking of a few moments ago, this is why I like those type of tournaments, especially the round robin tournaments like this, because every single match you can have still storylines with those matches. But the biggest thing for me as a fan, first and foremost, every single match means something. Monsters Mike?
No, I completely agree with that. And also, when you have this round robin type bracket, there's been some surprises. Like we look at the Darby Allin match with Will Ospreay. Who thought that Darby Allin was going to get the win on that? Not me.
Very true.
No one in the audience. And when we look at like New Japan's tournament format, I see AEW is kind of taking notes from that partnership, and I think it's a great reset.
Yeah. Again, with the Continental Classic. Real quick, Blue League, you've got a tie now at the top of this league Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher. And Kyle Fletcher started off really hot, 9 points in 3 matches to begin with. Both of those gentlemen tied at the top with 9 points. Danny Garcia, Kazuchika Okada next with 7 points. And then Shelton Benjamin is with 6. Beast Mortos still no points. Gold League, another tie at the top between Claudio Castagnoli and Ricochet, 9 apiece. Brody King, Darby Allin, and Will Ospreay, all with 6 points and still striking distance. And then Commander, unfortunately, he has yet to get any points yet. But the runner-up of the Gold League will face the winner of the Blue League. The runner-up of the Blue League will face the winner of the Gold League, and the winner of those 2 matches will face each other at World's End next week. You know what? I'm going to go on a little bit of a limb here. I will be surprised if, excuse me, if Kyle Fletcher isn't the winner and the holder, the new holder of the Continental Classic.
I've always felt this is Ricochet's tournament to lose, so maybe we'll get those 2 in the finals.
Speaking of Ricochet, what was your thoughts when you saw what was going on with the Hurt Syndicate?
I don't understand it. I mean, we can sit here and say AAW's got these great stories, but then they do. What's going on?
That's what I'm talking about.
I think the fans showed what they thought of Ricochet at the beginning at the Hammerstein Theater on Saturday night, tossing the rolls of toilet paper at him.
Yeah. You know, real quick also, we were doing our thanks to different folks and everything like that a little while ago. 2 other people that I want to say thank you to real quick. First of all, thank you to C.T. Harrison, the producer for Traveling East Productions and owner. Thank you to you for all of the work that you've done to get the video out on all the different platforms that we are on. And then also, I want to say thank you to the Burgundy, to the one and only John Shepard, for allowing us to do this show here on News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. Thank you so much for everything that you've done the entire year for us, and it's very, very much appreciated. So,
there's one other person we really should thank, and that's the main sponsor for this show.
Thank you. I was about to go there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to go there. The NWA, World League Wrestling. Thank you so much to them, not only for the jobs that we hold inside there, but for sponsoring this show. And they have been the sponsor of this show since almost the very beginning. So it has grown leaps and bounds because of them, because of the hard work that he won't admit it, but I'll say it for him. Leland Race is the hardest working person that I know. He is constantly, from the moment he wakes up to the moment he puts his head down and then gets back up again, and that's usually only a couple of hours. He doesn't get very much sleep, but he's always busy with World League and the things that he does to help the wrestlers out and everything. You've seen this firsthand, Monstrous Mike. Thank you so much, Leland Race, World League Wrestling, for everything that you have provided for all of us, not just as employers, or employees, staff members, wrestlers, but for the fans as well. So thank you so very, very much. John Moxley, Orange Cassidy, Jay White, Hangman Adam Page will have a 4-way at World's End. And with it being a 4-way, we've only got 2 minutes left, but I'm going to say this. When it's a 4-way, when it's a triple threat, anything goes, right? The numbers game is going to come into effect here. Yeah, granted, the match, it could be a 3-on-1, right? However, you got Claudio Castagnoli, you got Wheeler Yuta, you've got the Pac, you've got Marina Shafir as well. Man, she's a buzzsaw as well. I don't see John Moxley losing this match. What do you guys think? Monsters Mike?
No, I don't see him losing, but now that sports betting is legal in our fine state of Missouri, over or under 2.5 minutes before we see him bleed?
Under.
What do you think of the match?
I think Moxley's going to win, but I'd like to see Hangman take it.
Referee H.D. Daniels.
It's not time for Mox to lose yet. This story has more to it.
Yeah.
I don't. There's something about him hiding the championship in the briefcase that's got me like, there's got to be the right time for somebody to win it and expose the title again, like the big hero. You know, I don't know who that's going to be. But
We've got 30 seconds before I have to wrap everything up. But do you think there's also somebody else still behind all of this?
Oh, you're talking about Here Comes the Money?
I don't know. What do you think?
Those rumors kind of died down.
They did.
Yeah. When the very first promo he cut, this is not your company anymore. I don't know.
What in the heck did that mean? That still has me perplexed. What did that mean? I guess we'll find out sooner or later, hopefully. And we've got about 20 seconds left. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us this Sunday. Here in just a few minutes, it's Mizzou versus Illinois, looking to go 11 wins in a row for Mizzou. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next weekend here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk.
NASCAR, Blues, Mizzou, and the Chiefs play here. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy.
On the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield, Mizzou basketball is on the air.
This is a special place.
He reversed the alley-oop over his head. Today's Braggin' Rights game is brought to you by title sponsor McBride Homes, your hometown home builder. McBride Homes is everywhere you want to live. This is the Shelter Insurance pregame show. Shelter Insurance for auto, home, and life insurance that fits just right. Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com.
Inside the Enterprise Center in downtown St. Louis, it's the 44th edition of the Braggin' Rights game between Mizzou and Illinois. Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Kelly. Chris Gervanos alongside. The Illini like Missouri receiving votes in both polls. They're 7-3 on the season. Missouri's won 10 consecutive games. The Tigers are 10-1. But you look back at the last two editions of this game, they've been blowouts. 2 years ago, Missouri rolls. Last year, Illinois pounded the Tigers here in St. Louis. Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Kelly. Chris Gervanos alongside. Jeremy Washington is our engineer here courtside at the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, and Dylan Riggs getting ready to celebrate Christmas. We're still awaiting our gifts from him, but we're glad to have him with us, pushing the ones and twos today. Christopher, it's always fun to be a part of this environment.
It is, Mike. Merry Christmas to you, Jeremy, all our listeners. The big day is almost here, and this is a big day on the basketball schedule every season. Great environment, of course, here at the Enterprise Center, and I think, as you alluded to, two good teams just outside the top 25 rankings. I didn't know how important it is these days, early season, but the winner of this game could very likely find itself in the top 25. And two good teams from the two superpower conference leagues, and this win could go a long way, again, at the end of the season when they're examining resumes, feeling out seedings for the tournaments. If Missouri's in the mix, this would be another big feather in its cap, along with the Kansas win, of course.
If you want to look at one part of the game that's going to be essential today, it's rebounding. A year ago, Missouri pounded on the glass in this game, 51-35. Illinois comes in. They're plus 11 on the glass. Missouri just plus 2.5. Tigers have to rebound today. When we return on our Shelter Insurance pregame show, a conversation with Anthony Robinson on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You could call it swagger. You could call it a vibe. You could call it confidence. You could call it cool. Or you could call it exactly as it is, Tiger Pride. Show your Mizzou spirit with the Tiger Checking Card, only from Central Bank. Sign up today at tigerchecking.com. Central Bank. Strong roots, endless possibilities. Member FDIC.
Today's game is brought to you by the Progressive Keys to Progress program, providing cars to veterans in need. This is Mizzou basketball from Learfield.
If you see a down power line, Quiver River Electric reminds you to always assume the line is energized and dangerous. Avoid going near it or anything in contact with the power line. Never drive over a down power line or through water touching the power line. If you see a down power line, notify the local authorities immediately. To learn more, call us at 1-800-392-3709 or visit safeelectric.org, a safety message from Quiver River Electric Cooperative.
Operating Engineers Local 513, proud to support the Mizzou Tigers, St. Louis Blues, Kansas City Chiefs, and local high school sports on News Radio KYRO. The Local 513 training program at Highway 61 and F is now accepting apprenticeship applications to build your future. Motor grader, backhoe, crane operation, and maintenance programs earn college credits and employment as an operator. Visit the Local 513 training program website at IUOE513.com and start building your future today.
Mizzou on News Radio KYRO.
Missouri and Illinois in the bragging rights game in St. Louis. I'm Mike Kelly, joined now by Mizzou guard Anthony Robinson. Your team has won 10 consecutive games. During the course of that run, what are some of the things that you guys have done well?
I think we got to know each other better. I think we got better as a team, getting connected, and just little things, just like offensive plays and, just getting to know each other well. So I think that's what we got better at.
This season, 8 different people have led this team in scoring. You saw some of that coming this summer, didn't you?
Yes, sir. I saw that. We have a lot of depth. And, it could be anybody's night. And, just sharing the ball, just letting it come to you is a big part in our team. And, we're happy with anybody scoring the ball. So,
what does the scouting report tell you about Illinois?
Illinois, they're a tough team. It's going to be a hard matchup. And, they're crashing the glass and rebounding. So, we got to focus into that part. And, just pay attention to the details and, follow coach's game plan.
What impresses you most about Kasparas Jakachonis?
Yeah, he's a great player. He does everything, and it's going to be a hard matchup for all of us. And, we're going to come in with the mindset and, just play tough and physical, and that's our DNA. So
this is your second time experiencing this atmosphere. What did you learn about it a year ago?
Oh, that is crazy atmosphere. Half is Illinois, half is us. And, it was a great atmosphere, and, don't get overwhelmed by the atmosphere, and, just play through it, and, it's going to be a good time. So
go get it done. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
It's Anthony Robinson, and I'm Mike Kelly. Chris Trevino comes your way next on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
Not sure how much you know about Progressive Insurance. You may know us for insuring your home and auto. You may know a couple of our commercials. But what you may not know is that since 2013, Progressive has been honoring veterans with vehicle donations through the annual Keys to Progress Veteran Vehicle Giveaway Program, giving back to those who gave so much. Now, you probably didn't wake up today saying, I really wish I knew more about Progressive Insurance, but this seemed like the type of thing people wouldn't mind hearing about. Find out more about how we're dedicated to our customers and communities at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
I love spreading joy with gifts this time of year, but I try not to spread my budget too thin. Luckily, Kohl's has come through for me once again. I just went and used a 25% off coupon to score so many great gifts under $20, like cozy pajamas and fleece, amazing gift sets, and beauty must-haves. So if you're looking to give more for less this season,